is a lot to play for.
The man in the middle today, Morne Ferreira, in his 10th Vodacom URC match. An all South African affair between the teams and the refereeing team. Sia Masuku gets us underway. What a take that is by Ruan Nortje, reaching up over the back of his head.
Use it!
Ambrose Papier has just signed for a further 3 years with the Vodacom Bulls till 2027. Fassi underneath the ball. Cameron Wright, one of a plethora of scrum half options for the Hollywoodbets Sharks, starting today in the absence of the likes of Grant Williams, Jaden Hendrickse. Grant Williams has a hamstring injury resulting from that Challenge Cup final. Grobler after the kick of right. Goosen underneath it. He's juggled, lost control and knocked it on.
Pretty much the start we expected, isn't it? Good kickoff, great take from Ruan Nortje. What an athletic take that was. Bad news for the Bulls. Curtly Orange is down and receiving a little bit of attention. Looks like one of his feet or his ankle is a slight problem. Might just be the boot though. But certainly the start we expected. No shortage of box kicking up and unders in the modern game, and good kick, good chase, and the little error almost being forced by the Sharks. Well, good news, he is up and he is fine. One thing both these teams have been really good at in recent times is controlling that tackle line, the gain line, the battle of confrontation, trying to just get some go forward. Saw the Sharks with one carry, well met, tackled backwards by the Bulls. And then the kick. And this is an area of play where the Sharks, as you quite rightly said when you went through the teams, they have been sensational in this place. The scrum has been their biggest weapon. It's been their biggest source of penalties. It's been their biggest front up where they've smashed the opposition and found points and attacking options.
Steady. Keep it up.
Serious battle already commencing up front. The Bulls coming at the Sharks. Brilliant work there. Ulrich Lowe taking the pass from Hanekom. Papier fires back to Goosen, looking to find the green grass behind Vernekock. In his final match at Kings Park, what a servant he's been to the black and white jersey. Fassi looking for touch and he finds it well.
Well, isn't that the commentator's curse? Talk about the big scrum and then watch that scrum go backwards. It is one area where teams target. You know, if you know your opposition are really good at something, you make a point of being strong in that area, trying to nullify their great strength, and the Bulls did it superbly. One scrum, one advantage to the Bulls.
Grobler feeds, well taken in by Ruan Vermaak, who's been in fine fettle of late. A hoist over the top, well chased by Hanekom here. Kok under pressure, deals with it well.
No.
The defensive line of the Vodacom Bulls solid, meaning that the Sharks must start from their own 22, and what a start it is by Vincent Koch in over the ball.
Fine. Tackler needs to roll first. My mate needs to roll.
It's a little breezy up there. It's the wind picked up from about 12 o'clock-ish and is a little breezy. It was interesting to see that ball just keep on drifting. Vernekock drifting backwards into his own 22-meter. Could have marked it, I guess. But good take in blustery, swirling conditions. He is a machine, isn't he, for this side, Vincent Koch. He's not just a great scrummager, but he's a workhorse around the field, and the penalty there for not rolling away, not so much for the ball, the jackal coming in.
Good.
Blessed with talent in the front row for the Hollywoodbets Sharks. Bongi Umbanambi, another machine alongside Vincent Koch, and of course the powerful oxen chair. Cameron Hanekom, one of the stars of the Bulls side. You touched on that loose forward trio, Ulrich Lowe, Marco van Staden. What a combination that is. Got everything in there, ball carrying, workhorse, fetcher. You've got the whole array you need.
Over 15.
Bongi Umbanambi fires one over the top for Gerbrand Grobler. Cameron Wright, Chituka, head down and power forward. His brother's coming to the Sharks next season as well. Masuku sends one inside for Keita. Well read by Nortje, the captain and friends. Fired wide by Francois Venter, captain of the Sharks today. Cook on the wing, right gets it clear to Oxen. Yeah, it's a big strong run from the Springbok prop. Right, Masuku, good pace of play from the Sharks. Venter fires wide to Pepsi Buthelezi. Fighting in the tackle. Right, finds Venter in full flow, knocked backwards in the tackle by the two front rankers. Right away to Masuku. Great defensive pressure from Richardson, in chair behind the gain line, fights to stay on his feet and buy some time for supporting players. Right, Masuku tries to send one over the top, well charged by Forster. The Sharks retain possession. Chituka off to Inche, hunted behind the gain line by Gerard Steenkamp. Cameron Wright, Venter, here's Koch, great pace to start the game for the home team, but the Bulls managing them defensively. Right fires to the blind, Fussy sees some space to kick into.
Yeah, that's a little mini victory for the Bulls defensive set, wasn't it? Took the space well, got up over the gain line, met the Sharks on a tackle line that was quite significantly behind the gain line and just forced them back, and eventually that man there, Apalele Fussy, putting ball to boot. It's a kick that chases the Bulls back and forces them to play in their territory, but really it's a sign of saying, well, your defense has got the better of us right now.
Numbers 5. Open up, Black. Open up, Black. Open up.
Grobela feeds it into his captain Norkier. Marco van Staden breaking off the back. Here's Hanekom. Got some treatment on that ankle earlier. Let's see how he goes.
Back on. Offside.
Oh, technical penalty. The Sharks up a bit quick before the line-out was over.
Back line. Back line.
Morne Ferreira, today's referee, spotting it and just penalise them. You've got to wait for the line-out to be over to move out of the box. Johan Huesen. Huge kick. Oh, not out, and it's gone dead.
Yep.
What a bad mistake that is. So I'll go all the way back for the scrum. I think he's got the wind behind him as well as Johan Huesen. Kicks it for the touchline. It just swirls in. Bounces forward. Almost top spins, and dead it goes. Well, there you can see what the mistakes mean. Who'd want to be a coach? No hair and a big grey beard. Stressful job.
As Huesen apologizes.
Crouch. 5. 6.
Referee Ferreira calls the set. After the consternation at the last scrum, much more steady this time. Masuku taking that one right on the fingertips. What an offload from Cater. And then it's been spilled by the young Ethan Hooker.
Well, that's clearly a tactic, isn't it? Sharks playing really flat, and then with that little inside ball, finding a bit of space in that Bulls defensive line. Maybe the pillars are a little bit slow to fill that little gap left by the drift. And the Sharks looking to find that space. Nice little, oh, that could have been forward as well, I think. Touch and go, beautiful little offload though from Edwin Cater.
But let's work on the break switch.
He's been good this season, hasn't he, since he came into the side. Sia Masuka plays flat, gets on the game line, physical. He's really brought the outside backs into play with his ability to suck defenders in. The other element, we chatted about it a bit earlier offline, is that once you suck defenders in, creates a bit of space behind them for that little kick over the top, that little chip, and his kicking accuracy has been just spot on.
Out of hand and from the tee. Down at the front, Papier ordered to clear from the back, and Vadidaru goes long. Finds Apalele Fussy, who loves to run the ball back at the opposition. Fussy. Cameron Wright to clear. Sharks still on the attack, dominating possession and territory, as you saw in those stats moments ago. Right, switching direction, Grobler to Masuku. Fassi looking for the half gap, but the Bulls aggressive on defense up until this point. Here comes Chituka, trying to capitalize on a half gap. Cook gets it clear, Bonambi to Masuku. Fenter running into the line, another great pass. Hooker gets it away to Fenter, James Fenter. Chopped down in the open field.
No hands now, lost it.
Tremendous intensity from the home side to start this match as Masuku gets it away to Hooker. Here's Fassi. Fassi with the dummy. Oh boy! Big hit on Fassi. But Kurtley Ardense dropping shoulder. Here's Bongi Manambi. Right, quick ball away to Fenter. Kurtley Ardense on the hunt again. Right, plays it away to Buthelezi on the wing, and he can't dance back in field.
Oh, what a few minutes by Kurtley Ardense. Great tackle, up on his feet quickly, another tackle. A couple of minutes ago he was right involved there, trying to make the tackle, got up, trying to make the steal, tackled Pepsi Buthelezi to touch. And interesting to see him out on the wing again. The Sharks using that tactic quite a lot with a loose forward standing wide. There's the first big hit. Watch how quickly he gets to his feet here. Oh, it's a beautiful, that textbook stuff. Drives up Aleli Fassi back.
The dependable hands of Ruan Norkia secures another line out for the Vodacom Bulls, and they roll them all on their own 22-meter line.
Use it.
Maybe the longest period of possession they've had so far. Grobler breaks from the back.
Use it. Last feet.
Setting up the exit. It's Ambrose Papier. Under pressure from Chituka. Werner Kok underneath this. A blitzbok being chased down by another blitzbok. Kurtley Ardense with another tackle. Seriously compromised position for Kok, slowing down the presentation of the ball, but it's there now for Cameron Wright. Here's Grobler, caught well behind the gain line. And now Cameron Wright looks ready to turn to the boot. Johan Goosen in position, marshalling that wing. Sharks players not close enough to put pressure on the take, but Buthelezi makes the tackle. Foster sees some space to kick into, doesn't execute it perfectly, but it's a bouncing ball for Fassi, who's fielded it well. Fassi beats the first defender, gets it away to Francois Fenter, captain for the day. He's been showing up in a big way early on. Van Staden wanted a second bite.
I need a clear release.
Well, so much at stake for Jake White. Nothing at stake for John Plumtree. He's got his trophy in the bag already as Plum, Jake White. This is the one he wants. Long kick this for Sia Masuku. It might well be into the breeze as well, I think. A little bit naughty there from Marco van Staden. The ruck was clearly formed. He had a second go at it. I think he thought he should have been rewarded from his first go. That was the problem. Didn't make contact with the ball there. Then got it on the second attempt, but not holding up his own body weight. Enough said.
Masuku. That one goes drifting away. His accuracy has been supreme over these last few weeks. Under extreme pressure. Kick to touch comes from Willie Leroux.
Well, what a kick it was at goal. It may have drifted off to the right a little bit, but had the distance easily, comfortably so, into quite a stiff sea breeze now. Willie Leroux just continues to roll back the years, doesn't he? What a player he's been for South Africa. What a great signing he's been for the Bulls.
Tremendous. Bongi Mbonambi.
Watch, open up. Don't creep in.
Grobler stuck to his spot and was found expertly by Mbonambi, not making much progress with the rolling maul for the time being. Are the Sharks staying dedicated to it? And Mbonambi Controlling it at the back.
Got it once.
And now Wright must get it free. Away to Fenter. Masuku feeds Hooker, and Hooker fires it to Fassi on the outside. Cater's going to chase after this.
Ball is still live.
Really nicely worked by the Sharks backline. A couple of them shifted over to the right-hand side. Just meant the Bulls' defence got split somewhat. Not quite short on numbers, but numbered up on that left-hand side. And then with the second wave coming around the corner, the Sharks just created the little overlap.
Wow! Sia Masuku bounces!
Well, a little bit nervy from the Bulls as they went long at the line out on their goal line, not quite according to plan. You can understand the thinking and execution, not so good. And Masuka was on hand after a double knock-on, and what a way for the Sharks to get their first points.
And for Sia Masuku to get his first ever Vodacom URC try. It's been a wild couple of weeks for this man right here. All of a sudden, he's got tongues wagging. And an easy conversion for the Sharks' new number 10, Siyabonga Masuku.
Well, you can understand the thinking from the Bulls there, trying to throw over the top. Got big numbers advantage at the back of the lineup because the Sharks can't advance, but it didn't go to hand. Not accurate enough, and a costly mistake.
Inside.
Goosen's kickoff, unorthodox as it was, landed in the hands of Masuku, who clears to touch. And the Sharks finally have reward for that territorial and possession dominance.
Black line is yours. On the line. On the line.
Oh, he's got a scrum cap back. As Johan Grobbelaar.
I think it needed a bit of repair, actually. I think the doctors got it in the change room and sewed it up. Came off a little worse for wear as the cap.
Better the scrum cap than the player. A rolling maul from the Vodacom Bulls now, with Grobbelaar at the back and Corneral trying his best to disrupt. Had his birthday a few days ago, the Corneral, the 27th of May, turned 22 years old. What a bright future he has in the game. Kick over the top, chased by Kurt the Ardenser. Very well marshalled by Werner Cook, tracking back, keeping his eye on that one and taking it clean.
On the 22.
It's not a bad kick, actually. It's a little bit far, but it's close to the touchline, which means the... Oh, how good is that? That is so clever. And the kick not finding touch there.
Fassi goes long, played to Goosen, and here's Hanekom with some space to run. Dragged down by Venter and Gerbrand Grobbelaar. Papier gets it away, but the defensive pressure of the Sharks sees the turnover come. Buthelezi with ball in hand and the chance to strike on the counter-attack. Bouncing out of tackles, much as he did for that expensive try which he scored in the Challenge Cup final. Hooker on the wing, he's big and strong.
New advantage not rolling.
Cameron Wright waiting for the ball. The penalty comes in the meantime, and Masuku fires back for Francois Venter. He's got license to run today. Venter offloads from the ground to Mbanambi. Masuku reading the situation, pops one over the top for Chituka. Chituka gets ball. What a tackle from Kurt Lee Ardenser. Cameron Wright under pressure has to shovel it away. Ruan Norkia pounces on possession, and the Bulls might have the chance to kick it long.
My apologies. My apologies.
Great refereeing from Monet Ferreira. There'll be a lot of guys at home saying why was advantage over, but the Sharks had the advantage. They made some good ground. They carried the ball well, created a scoring opportunity on the outside, and once again it's a Sharks loose forward standing wide. Chituka this time round, boy, he's dangerous ball in and gets away from one, and Curtly Arendse makes tackle number about 27, it feels like already, after only 19 minutes or so. Well, we were a little concerned before the game that the Sharks might be tired after a super grand final, a weekend of celebration, the travel, the journey back, trying to get up for this game. No Eben Etzebeth, no Makazola Mapimpi, no Grant Williams, couple of other injuries as well. But boy, they have started superbly, haven't they?
Even the Sharks head coach John Plumtree said he's got a knackered team. He said he's knackered himself after spending 4 out of the last 6 weeks on the road. Have the Sharks leaving their squad at home for periods, during which they lost a match considerably against Cardiff, 14 points to 36. But that was all in preparation for that Challenge Cup final, in which they secured victory.
Yeah, and what a victory it was. They were great in the scrum that evening. Not so good at the moment. Vincent Koch, the man who's penalised for going down on the near side. It's an area the Bulls have clearly targeted. They've worked hard at scrum time. Got the 2 penalties already.
Grobelaar feeds once again to Nortje. Perfect line out from the Bulls. Look at the length of that rolling maul as well. They have the potential to make meters if they can get past that first wall of resistance from the Sharks. Oxenchair holding on for dear life, and Papier gets it away. Harold Foster on the run. Haven't seen much of the Bulls back line thus far. The man they call Rooster, Ruan Vermaak. Papier off to Grobelaar. Just as ferocious in defense as they have been in attack. Oh, the Sharks. Papier has created a half gap for himself, and he is lightning quick. Gets away from the first. Crucial tackle from Fassi. Vali the Roux coming in full steam ahead. Brought down in the tackle. The Bulls break quickly with Papier. Elrich Low breaks out of the first tackle. On the 22-meter line of their opposition. First real chance at scoring. Kurtley Arendse on the outside. Had way too much to do. Occupies a couple of defenders. Werner Koch in over the ball. Papier gets it clear. Here's Volko low. So hard to bring down the big tight head. Papier gets it away to Goosen. The gaps may be appearing on the outside now. Low. Just can't get past that tackle. Papier feeds. Vali the Roux gets Fassi dancing, and Goosen's looking for options. 5 meters out now, the Vodacom Bulls. Papier fires wide. Oh, what a try this is. The visitors strike back through David Creel.
Wow, what a try. One of the best of the season for the Bulls side. Real team effort. Quick, fast ball, controlled, started by that man there, Ambrose Papier. Didn't have any support because he fooled everyone. Philly LaRue, where did he come from? The fullback got in a channel to support and eventually rounded by David Creel. It is a sensational team try.
What a year for the number 13 in the Vodacom Bulls side. His brother Richard at the Lions. David Creel, one of that group of players that the Bulls have secured for the long term this year. He signed till 2027, just like Ambrose Papier and many more. Second in points in the Vodacom URC this season. It's Johan Goosen. Looking to make 112 into 114. Unsuccessful in that pursuit. The scoreline shall remain the Sharks 7, Bulls 5.
So much to admire in this try. The build-up was good. Picked the right sides to go to. Papier with a good pass. Creel rounds it off, but that is a try the team will look at on Monday, and they'll all take great joy in the little parts they played in it. Fast ball, well recycled, perfect execution, great score.
Masuku hangs one up very effectively. Nortje getting man and ball, and the Bulls will start from inside their own 22.
And use it.
Papier, the catalyst for that opening score for the visiting side. The kick not quite going as deep as he may have planned, but it's worked out well for the Bulls. Goosen brought down before the 10-meter line. Here's Hanekom. Papier away to Vali the Roux. Defensive pressure streaking up from the Sharks. Very well measured kick in the end, bouncing before crossing the touchline.
was well measured, wasn't it? Perfectly weighted. It just had Apalele Fassi and just in a bit of doubt, a little hesitation there. Not sure whether they could get to it, not sure whether he wanted to get to it, because Kurtley Orense was storming up to make the tackle and knock him into touch.
Let's go.
Done well to leave it eventually, Fassi, and make sure his team gets the line out. Little change in momentum in the last couple of minutes. Sharks will have to change gear and move up one, I guess.
Over the 15.
Mbonambi feeds that one drifting away to the flying Ruan Norkia, slapping the ball back to his teammates. And Van Staden made contact with his own player.
Oh, such a shame. Win a line out and then just make that little error and turn it over again. It does give the Sharks a chance to fix the scrum. They're going to have to fix the line out next time round as well after that one's gone awry. The scrum has been an area of concern. So good last week in the Challenge Cup final on Friday night. So good all season, really. Those three in the front row, whilst they've been fit, whilst they've been strong, whilst they've been a combination, they have been wonderful, wonderful. Not so this evening, though. Just looking at those tackle stats, you know it's the Sharks who have had a bit more ball, forced a few more tackles, but the Bulls have been maybe a little more clinical.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Cameron Wright ready to feed.
Wait for the ball.
Or is he? He is now. Wright quickly out to Masuku. Francois Fento has been playing strictly on the front foot. Feeds hooker. He's really broken into the team this year. The young centre. Fassi with the delicate offload to Keita. What a dangerous wing he is. Knock on coming from the Sharks.
Little unlucky from the Sharks. Simple play, really simple backline play, but so good, and a great little offload there from Apalele Fassi Keita. He is quick and firm and strong and hard to bring to ground, and goes to ground there almost as in installments, and then just not controlled by James Fenter. Well, the backline play there was really good, wasn't it? Scrum ball, they got onto it flat quickly, manned up in defence to the Bulls, but they had to shift a little, which meant they conceded a lot of ground. Cameron Wright's been good so far, hasn't he? Very little opportunity this season, with two Springbok scrum halves playing ahead of him on a normal day. Very accomplished kicker of the ball. Just the possession there and territory, just showing why the Bulls have made so many more tackles than the Sharks.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Delaying that call of set as long as possible. Morne Ferreira is having results. The scrums are clean. The Bulls now powering forward, looking for that penalty advantage, and it comes their way. Papier looking to clear. So the Bulls can play with that penalty advantage in the back pocket. Papier looking for a half gap again. Goosen fires out a speculator, knowing that they have the advantage. Buddy the Roo runs onto it. Everything is clean. It's outside now to Kurtley Orense. He's being hunted by hooker. Orense cuts back inside. Bedlam at the breakdown. The Bulls arriving just in time. Kanan Mooney gets it clear. Elrich Low to get it free. Ruan Norkia drilled back by the Sharks. Arriving in defence in great number.
You got an entry there and an offside there.
Well, there'll be fans at home wondering why that wasn't a forward pass. It was, of course, flicked backwards, bounced forward, so it's deemed to have gone backwards. But what about that? We had all four wings in one little corner of the field there for a second. Two on attack, two on defence. Great support play, great cross cover. And eventually the Sharks, courtesy of the real pace shown by Ethan Hooker, got back to help defend that and stop the Bulls from scoring in a situation where they looked for all money like they had a great scoring opportunity. Oh, when the ball goes to ground, so often it just pops up. Defenders maybe just switch off ever so slightly. Sharks switched off, and Oh, Philly LaRue was straight through. Hooker got back there. The wings were there. Opportunity gone.
Johan Grobbelaar feeds to the 2-ball this time for Ruan Nortje, and the Bulls try again with the rolling maul. They might just be wrapping around the corner here. The Sharks running out of numbers. If they can drive in a straight line, there's danger. Johan Grobbelaar scores the try for the Vodacom Bulls. They take the lead.
Watch your entry.
Well, their maul has been a huge weapon this season. Got a little lucky getting down there after that backflip that may have gone forward, but boy, did they take advantage. The line-out throw was good, the setup good, the leg drive all powerful, and Grobbelaar has a lot to do here as he turns and twists and makes his way over on the side. Chatted about their first try being a great team try. This is a great forward try. The pack of forwards working in unison, and the Sharks have no answer.
After soaking up all that pressure in the opening minutes, the Bulls now take the lead. Richardson looking to add the extra 2. Sweet strike this time from Johan Richardson. 7-pointer for the Bulls. They lead 12 points to 7.
Oh, it's a beautiful little twist and turn from Grobbelaar. Nothing the Sharks defense could do at that point. They were beaten by this first setup.
Siamasuku gets us back underway once more, kicking to the same spot onto Ruan Nortje, challenged by Werner Kok. So brilliant at chasing kicks from the kickoff and open play. Heading to Ulster next season, Werner Kok. So he'll still be in the Vodacom URC, but not representing a South African side.
And I'm sure as a South African rugby fan, he'll be supporting his new team big time this afternoon as they go head-to-head with Munster, All-Irish Derby. Big game for the Bulls, you would think.
Kirkley Arendse is taking souls today. Another big hit from the Springbok wing, which results in a penalty because he could not roll away.
Thumbs up. Captain. Where's Ron?
Well, statistically, Arendse has got 6 tackles already, plus that 1-7. I reckon it's closer to 10 or 11. He has been just brilliant across all elements of the field so far. The ball hasn't really come to him. He's had 1 or 2 runs, but his work rate has been fantastic. Physically, he's been spot on. Was he a fraction early there? I think he was maybe just 0.2 of a second early. So we saw the Bulls set up a beautiful maul a moment or so ago. The Sharks pucker forwards without Eben Etzebeth, without the talisman, without the big weighty meatloaf of Eben. Will look to do the same now, you would think. Loads of line-out options there, but maybe losing a bit of weight without Etzebeth.
Grobbelaar calls it on himself and snatches it away from the contesting Bulls. The Sharks set the rolling maul and they're making initial progress. Good shape to it as well. The ball not at the back. Fenter managing to get to ground all the same, and Wright breaking away. Cameron Wright through a half gap. It's bounced up for Masuku. Canan Moody read it perfectly but couldn't hold on.
There's a clear attempt.
Crowd celebrating a spectator try, but not going to count. Decent maul from the Sharks, though. Couldn't get over the line, but got the penalty.
Totally different feeling around the stadium and in the coaching booth after that Challenge Cup win.
Yeah, I guess they'd had such a poor season in the Vodacom URC to a point. They've been a little bit better in the last 3 or 4 games. Surrendered a couple because they rested players and had a few injuries, and then nursed 1 or 2 players very quickly off the field when there was slight hesitations. But it's been a much more polished, I wouldn't say completely polished, but a much more polished end to the season for John Plumtree and the Sharks. And of course, to be playing Heineken Champions Cup or Investec Champions Cup next year. Just exactly what the doctor ordered.
James Fenter breaking from the back of a rolling maul, which never got going. Mbonambi protecting that ball illegally, and a turnover comes. We saw Antoine Dupont showing that scrum halves can make turnovers galore in the Champions Cup final.
Oh, how good. Look, when we talk about wanting to play Investec Champions Rugby, that is the game you want to be playing in. What an almost test match that was, the final. Toulouse coming out on top. The Sharks will be up against them next year. This is a great little steal here from Papyrus. Orange is in there again. Papir gets hands on ball, does the jackal. Bongi was a little unhappy about something, not just losing the ball.
Great take at the front of the line out there by Ruan for Mark. The line-out options for the Vodacom Bulls really give them an upper hand in many matches they go into. The kick over the top, watched by Werner Kok. Did he manage to keep it in field? The answer is no.
Well, it's a good kick, isn't it? There's a couple of things you look at with a great box kick. One is the hang time that you can get jumpers, contesters underneath it, particularly at running at speed, jumping over someone who's a bit static. And the second thing is how close it is to the touchline. So when they do catch it, you can get them into touch. And that one was spot on both occasions.
Grobbelaan. He was in the dream team in the first edition of the URC, the number 2 for the Vodacom Bulls today, with Akka van der Merwe waiting in the wings. What a signing he's been. 2 outstanding options for the side from Pretoria in the hooker position. Papier plays it away to Gerard Steenkamp. He's got 1 cap for the Springboks. Papier protected. Sent it upfield, another contestable. Werner Kok underneath again. This time Curtly Arendse not arriving on time, and Werner Kok does well with it. Now the Sharks have ball in hand again. Been starved of it after seeing so much of it in the opening minutes, and here's Ethan Hooker on the run. Big strong player, wearing the 13 today, plays in 12 as well for the Sharks. Masuku away to Grobler. Changed his mind, got caught on the back foot and powering through the point of contact. Were the Bulls illegally so, though?
And he's on the ground and then counter-rocking.
It's quite adaptive, the defense from the Bulls. They, at times they allow the Sharks a bit of free space. They shift and make sure they number up well. Use the touchline as the last defender. Quite happy to concede a little bit of ground. Other times they rush up, take the space, like this occasion, catching Kheber probably behind the gain line. And then just not able to keep their own body weight, which is what the penalty was for. There's a number of hands on the ground. As much as they didn't play the ball, it's judged to be not in control of your weight. Curtly Arendse is down again on this near side. Not surprised he's all battered and bruised. He's been in every bit of contact.
They need to come in first. We need to set the line up and then we can play. No, just set the line up.
False start by the Hollywoodbets Sharks. They'll have another dip at the line out now. Bongi and Mbonambi to feed. Well, that hasn't gone according to plan, and Cameron Arnacom comes powering through, turns to the toe and sees it dribble into touch. Not quite as effective as the long grubber from Vincent Koch, which was a 50-22 in the Challenge Cup final.
How good was that? Well, this is what that log looks like at the moment. Vodacom Bulls up into second ahead of the Glasgow Warriors, and that is, of course, on points difference. Bonus point victory sends them to the top for the time being.
Cater, Edwin Cater, puts up uncanny numbers this wing. The Sharks bought from the Greek was some time ago after he had a sensational season in the Currie Cup. Cameron Wright to Masuku, sends one over the top, possibly a bit short. Good contest from the Sharks, including Francois Fenter. Creel recognizing the opportunity, sends one downfield. Masuku chasing back, but Curtly Arendse is hearing after this. Curtly Arendse gets there first. Can he stay in field? Oh, a tremendous effort, and Creel can't hold on. Buthelezi looks to break. frantic play here in Durban. Cameron Wright to get it clear. There's numbers to the outside if they can move it quickly. Grobler gets it away to Koch. No, it's wrong. Sending it around the corner. Fussy goes long. Goosen's at the back, and he's going to have to cover across the field. But he will get there first in the end. Fussy will put pressure, but Goosen has time to send it back, and Masuku's back there to receive. What a break from the Bulls. They could not capitalize in the end. We're in the final minutes play of the first half. The cross kick from broken play. The offload from Vernon Koch. This is Sevens rugby. And the blitz block involved. Cameron Wright. Slower ball now for the Sharks. Both sides getting a chance to breathe. Vincent Koch taking one off the offload. The turnover looked good, and it's hotly contended on the ground now. The kick over the top coming from Ulrich Low. Not sure what he saw there. Goes too long.
It's under pressure. No advantage.
I reckon the Bulls had a conversation before kickoff and said, let's play down there. Kicked a lot of ball trying to chase the Sharks back.
No, it's under pressure, so no real advantage.
What a little passage of play. Oh, he has taken a pounding so far this evening, Kirtley Orange. He's got to survive till half time and have a few minutes rest from this physicality. Boy, what an advert for rugby this has been. I think a couple of times he's got his timing wrong there, and he's just, as the player's hung in the air and he's gone in to make the contact, and he's realised he's had to pull out. He's taken a knee or a hard bit of bone to that shoulder area, the arm area, and he's feeling the wear and tear of that bruising.
Sure, Rassie will be on the phone at the half-time break. John Plumtree?
Well, I think maybe more to Jake White, saying get him off the field. To Plummy be saying go soft on the little guy who's taking a battering. Well, he's been good as well. Cornet Roll, what a youngster, what a talent he is.
Let's go. Last movement.
Reminds me a little bit of Peter Steph du Toit, doesn't he? Maybe even looks and play and the way he gets around, puts his body on the line. Quick and versatile, might well find himself playing blindside flank at some point in the next few years.
The Bulls desperately chasing those 4 tries for the bonus point that would take them top of the log, at least for the time being, with Munster playing later. They would be keen to score before half-time and leave themselves with just 1 to score. Creel turns to the toe. This one for Moody to chase. Should beat everyone to the touchline. And with the clock having turned red, that will be that for the first half. The Vodacom Bulls absorbing significant pressure through the opening minutes of the half before coming back into their own and making their presence felt, scoring 2 of those 4 tries which they are chasing in the ambitions of finishing top of the log come the end of this match, and possibly second overall. At half-time, it's the Hollywoodbets Sharks that trail the Bulls 12-7. Being kept out of those places, of course, where they want to finish. One match really matters coming up next. It's Munster against Ulster. Munster could finish top of the log should they get their victory. The Bulls have to get the bonus point here. Goosen sends it high, and Apaleta Fasi's underneath that one. Cameron Wright plays it away to Vincent Koch.
Use it!
One cog of that Springbok front row, which has been under duress at scrum time in the first half. Cameron Wright sends one over the top for Cater to chase. Taken in by Goosen, who has time to collect and fire back. Right on his own. And Goosen makes the tackle. The Bulls attack the breakdown, and they might just have some go forward here. Marshalled by the counter-rack from the home team, led by Vincent Chituka. Wright sends another one over the top for Cater to chase. He's going to get closer this time to the ball receiver, Kanan Moody, but just kept away by the tracking line of Goosen, and Moody gets through a couple and runs straight into Oxen Chair. Papier away to Buddy Leroux, sends one wide for Creel. Hands it off to Kirtley Ardenser, getting some treatment on what looked like possibly a shoulder towards the end of the first half. What a first half he had, particularly with ball out of hand. Papier to Van Staden. Securing that ball, the Bulls. Some aggressive ruck work. Vincent Koch trying for the turnover, could not get it. Papier gets the ball away. Van Staden with his head buried in the ground, looking like he needs some treatment. Papier offloads to Grobbelaar, and the Bulls have lost possession. Sent downfield by Fassi. Tracking back here is Eldrich Low. What a kick that is!
Wow, brilliant. 50-22. Apalele Fassi realized there was space. The kick was excellent. The bounce good. And the roll good. But trouble there for the Bulls. Curtly Orense is going to come off now by the look of things. Sebastian de Klerk will make his way on. And then Orense will come straight off. He's taken a bit of a hammering in that first 40. And more concerns is that Marco van Staden, Eskom, the man who turns the lights out every now and then for some players, is a little worse for wears. Kanan Moody over the top of Oxen Chair. He'll be reminding him of that little bump off in the weeks to come as the test season begins. Super run, great strength and power, and this is where Van Staden picked up an injury of some sort. I'm not sure what it is. He stayed on his knees for a while, but I've got a feeling it might well be one of his knees. There is the kick. Apalele Fassi. Well, he took a bit of criticism earlier in the season for not controlling play at times. He's controlled it brilliantly there.
A player with Springbok ambitions of his own, Apalele Fassi. Freddie Leroux, of course, 15 for the Vodacom Bulls today. Has seen plenty in the Springbok jersey, including 2 Rugby World Cup victories. And here is Van Staden. He's been getting treatment for some time. And Joel, I'm sure this is the time of season you would least want to get injured.
Yeah, exactly. Test rugby kicking off towards the end of June, the end of this month, and then of course the series against Ireland here in Pretoria and in Durban itself, the second test, sold out already. Marco van Staden looks like he's making his way to the side. Able replacement in Nizam Carr, but Van Staden will be gutted about missing the rest of this game. What a cracker it's been, what an influence he's been, and what a bad time it is to get injured.
So the results for next season, the fixtures for next season rather, already decided, and you can download those today. Make sure you follow your team wherever they may go.
Thank you.
Bongi Manambi with ball in hand. Big line out this for the Sharks. The feed to the front, and it's been snatched away, but bouncing straight into touch. So the Sharks will go again.
Line is yours.
Little territorial game there from the line-out, but worrying times for Bongi on the line-out. Scrum has not delivered as well as it did last week. The line-out has not been perfect a couple of times, and that again well read by the Bulls. The contest was good in the right place.
Chituka takes, and he is the anchor around which the Sharks set their rolling maul. And the Bulls have well and truly marshaled that. Bongi Manambi looking to wrap around the corner. Does he have enough support to move forward? He does. What a break from Manambi. Stopped just short of the line. Koch coming around the corner. The Bulls defend their line. Victory so crucial for the side from Pretoria today as they hunt down the top spot, hoping not to get slid down the rankings. And that kind of hit might just take them there. Grobbelaar makes a tackle that turns the ball over. Raal couldn't hold on. And Goosen puts in an attacking kick from behind his own try line. Kanan Moody is clear, and he might just go all the way. Kanan Moody's asking the question. Fassi misses him at the first attempt and hunts him down on the 5-meter line. Here come the Bulls. Carr to protect the ball.
Billy.
Well, a lot to digest there. Oh, the Sharks were so close. I felt they should have been pulled up for not using it at the maul. They got told to use it or lose it and carried on mauling right to the line. And then the Bulls turned it over somehow, and somehow have come away and almost scored. What a bounce this is. Specky kick. Kanan Moody And he has got plenty of gas. It just shows you how much gas Apalele Fasi's got, because he missed him the first time, got left behind, and then gained and caught him very quickly indeed. Great chase back. I'm not sure who that fella's supporting. He's got a black t-shirt on and a Bulls cap with a Velcro suit.
Well, depending which way the match goes, later you can either put on a jacket or take off the hat and join the party.
Well, the one man who's not wearing black or blue at the moment, who's wearing yellow, is that man, Vincent Chituka. He's been sin-binned for cynical slowing of the ball there. Moody did unbelievably well to not be penalised for holding the ball on the ground after he was tackled.
Grobelaar feeds Norakia. The Sharks one down in the scrum. Can they repel the rolling maul of the Bulls? They come around the corner, but they've lost control somewhat. Grobelaar still digging in there at the back, trying to get his hands on the ball. Vincent Koch still legal in his position.
Great defence. Great defence. A man down. They were mixed into the middle. They merged themselves into the Bulls maul and then held it up. Vincent Koch was dragging back. There was real endeavour in the middle. Little double check on the try back there, I think, is what Francois Fento asked for. TMO check, there was no grounding. Well, when you lose a man and you're asked to defend like that, particularly up front with the maul, the quality of the Bulls, that is a big, hearty effort from the Sharks team. He's feeling away for his as well now. Bongi Mbanambi. Rossi Erasmus will be starting to panic a little, sitting at home.
Yeah. And the playoffs are yet to begin.
So how does he not get penalised here, Kanan Moody? Because Vincent Chituka, you've got to feel he's a little unfortunate there. Hands on the ball. Came in from the right side, didn't put his arms on the ground, hands on the ball, and then as his weight went forward, he's been penalised for holding on. The Indian Ocean wave, we'll call it, going around the stadium. So a little change in the front row, we're led to believe in for the Bulls. Mpiwe Matanzima has come on for Gerard Steenekamp.
Let's give it over up. Complete stability.
Serving time. Vincent Chituka. What an effort so far from the Hollywoodbets Sharks. Without all of those Springboks that played in the Challenge Cup so gloriously just a weekend ago, they have made more than a fist of it, dominating large periods of the first half. Here in the second, holding on for the time being. It's been a real contest up front so far. Cameron Wright getting it free before that can play itself out. Wright takes his time, not going for the clearance immediately. The Sharks set another breakdown point. Grobelaar called off it by referee Ferreira, and eventually he lets go. Here's Cameron Wright off to Masuku under tremendous pressure. Fires it clear to Kanan Moody. Moody runs back at the Sharks in between the 10 and the 22. He's brought to ground. Papier gets it away to Hanekom. There's numbers out to the left for the Bulls. And the offload in the tackle, a productive one. Hanekom goes to ground. Papier sets it free, and Willie Leroux goes over the top, seeing Masuku pushing up, asking the question on the bounce. Hooker catches it before the line.
Oh, it's a testing kick that from Willie Leroux, isn't it?
You can't reach over. You need to be the first man in.
A little bit of space at the back there as the ball moved wide, and Apalele Fasi quite rightly stepped in the defensive line. Opened up a little area to kick into, and he just put that awkward little kick in there that bounced horribly, sat up nicely, and Ethan Hooker did well to grab it, but pushed backwards and carried over. Unrelenting pressure at the moment from the Bulls. They have a one-man advantage. They're making it count, though.
Good scrum, let's keep it there.
story on his face tells the whole story, doesn't it? He's a man who's been used to in the last few weeks of getting lots of ball in hand, running up the defensive lines, controlling things. His team are being just dominated at the moment.
The Bulls will be looking to make hay with 8 against 7 at scrum time, and they do get some go forward there. The penalty advantage coming. Chaotic scenes cleaned up by Matanzima. Matanzima with the pick and go. Stopped short of the line.
That is over the line. Go back for the penalty.
And surely they will scrum again.
I was happy, everyone walking around.
Well, in the first half, the Sharks scrum battled enough as it was to be down a man. Now, you can put a back line on the side of the scrum there and hope they're going to give you a proper little bit of support, but it certainly ain't like having Vincent Chatuka pushing, is it? Under pressure they are. Under pressure, they're going to remain still for another few minutes. Bull scrum has been outstanding tonight against their more fancied opponents. They've put the efforts in, they've worked out where to apply the pressure, and they won a number of penalties. Gary Gold, the forward coach at the Bulls, obviously playing a little role in those efforts.
Irresistible last time around. The Vodacom Bulls will go again at scrum time. The Sharks stop them in their tracks this time around, and Goosen feeds Forster. Still 12 points to 7. The Bulls lead, hunting those 4 tries, 2 away as it stands. Buthelezi makes the tackle on low. Papier gets it free to Hanekom, can't hold on, and Chair pouncing on possession.
You can understand Ox chucking it through his legs. They're throwing a 50-50. It's a free ball. He doesn't want to scrum again. They're a man down. The scrum's under pressure. Try and free it up quickly as Hanekom came near. Just had a look up to see where the defensive line was coming. When Bongi and Manambi's throwing his weight at you, you do look up to see where it's coming from.
Number 2 black.
Well, same said, Bongi's going to get a little bit more attention, or might actually be coming off. Yep, he's coming off. Ezambata will make his way on. That's another big blow for the Sharks.
That's a substitution.
Mixed evening for the Springbok hooker. A couple of lineouts not going his way. The scrum's not exactly delivered. His team have been under a little bit of pressure in the tight 5. He's now picked up an injury which will be more worrying to Rossi Erasmus than to John Plumtree right now as the Shark season comes to an end. Bongi and Manambi's local season is about done. Boy, it's been a huge effort scrum time for the Vodacom Bulls. They have been magnificent in the front row. In the collective effort, they've dominated the scrum. Jake White, Andries Becker, Gary Gold, they'll all be very happy indeed.
Not bad to add Andries Becker to your coaching stocks as well.
Yeah, gee, what a wonderful addition it is, and he knows the game inside out. Great player, great coach, well travelled, hugely experienced, and a lovely man actually.
Cameron Wright feeds the Sharks scrum, which holds steady, giving him the chance to clear comfortably. Great result for the home team.
Yeah, and great kick. He is a good kicker of the ball, Cameron Wright. We said it earlier, playing behind 2 Springbok scrum halves ahead of him in the pecking order, doesn't get too much game time, but when he does get a bit of time, he never lets this team down. It's been solid again tonight. Kicks the ball absolutely beautifully.
Started his Sharks journey in 2010 with the youth team. Papier to clear from the breakdown. Good angle from Matanzima. Papier fires away to Elrich low, along with Hanekom head. Very abundant season in the Vodacom URC thus far, with the playoffs set to come. But where will the Bulls be at the end of this match on the Vodacom URC log? Matanzima hunted behind the gain line. Vincent Koch trying for the turnover. Goosen away to Willie Leroux, now wide to Moody. Hanekom cutting in off the wing. He's dropped it again. Keita chooses to keep ball in hand as Goosen is tracking back to cover the kick. Not much more cover back there for the Bulls. And Vincent Koch in position to set another breakdown. Of course, the Sharks engaging in clock management as well, down to 14. They remain as Vincent Chituka waits on the touchline. Cameron Wright goes long with that kick, and that's brilliant.
Such a big part of the modern game, not the kicking, well the kicking is, but the element of time management, cards and time off, playing a man or two short. Something that every team is accustomed to and used to and has a plan for, and the Sharks now have spent the last 6 or 7 minutes managing time on their goal line, repelled the Bulls, and have now got out of there. It's all about survival, I would guess.
Not Kia takes it clean, but he's dropped it onto his own players, and Papier tidies up extremely well. Low plays it blind to Matanzima. Not looking so polished from the visiting side here in the second half, and they're still chasing those 2 tries that would give them the bonus point should they win.
Yeah, and Roanoke, the captain, is stretching out a bit of cramp in his calf as we see that little error tidied up on his own calf. Not being an evening Ambrose Papier has been allowed to blossom. He's not had the best of ball. It's been a little untidy at times. He's been asked to tidy up a little bit of a messy situation there. He is a talisman, isn't he? There's some players you look at and you think, well, they're just desperately unlucky to play in an era where there's some serious talent ahead of them. And you think about some of those Springbok second rows at the moment. Roanoke is one of those players, a real workhorse, a fantastic player for the Bulls. Just not able to break into that Springbok camp purely because there's 3 or 4 outstanding players ahead of him. Captains this side well, leads by example, sets a fine example, works his butt off week in, week out.
Said pre-match in an interview with you that he was looking forward to testing himself against the best, against Eben Etzebeth, unavailable today.
All change there for the Sharks as well. Lappy Slapasakni makes his way on. Herman Krobler comes off.
And to have a player like Aka van der Merwe around, just an example of the squad building that all of the franchises in South Africa have been engaging in since entry into the Vodacom URC. Got to be many players deep in all the positions to be able to compete on all fronts at all times. For example, Bradley Davids, the young 21-year-old scrum half, is on the bench today for the Sharks behind Cameron Wright.
Chituka, like a caged lion, just patrolling up and down the touchline there, trying to get the attention of an official to let him on. Just not time yet.
Edwin Keita packing down at flank, looking to be a part of the resistance of the Sharks, which does resist the thrust of the Bulls scrum. And Francois Venter, the captain for the day, takes it into the defense. Cameron Wright with the dummy and go. Grobler swarmed right away to corner Raul. The game in a tentative balance at the moment, with the Sharks still threatening. Could well take the lead over the much fancied Vodacom Bulls, where they've caught fussy behind the gain line there. Right. Away to Venter. Lost plenty of ground in those last 2 plays, and Masuku heads back into the pocket to send one high for Keita to chase. It's gone too long, and compared to the first half, a highly inaccurate affair from both sides.
Yeah, just lost a bit of shape there, the Sharks. caught behind the gain line, and then Masuku left with no other option but to kick, and the kick wasn't his best.
1-3 black. Thumbs off. 1-3. And 5. 5.
Well, we jumped the gun a little bit on that change earlier. But Andre Labuschagne will now make his way on, as will Tutuko Mchunu and Kwezimona in the front row. Fresh legs may well help the Sharks team. They're still down a man. In fact, they're not anymore as Chatuka makes his way back on. No damage done, most importantly.
And when you think where they were when he got that yellow card, quite an achievement. Quality line out from the Bulls. Aka van der Merwe comes wrapping around the corner thereafter. Papier into the contact. The pick and go is an effective one from Forster. And the Bulls will be looking to take control of this rugby match, secure those 2 tries they so desperately need. Get the win, hit the top of the log, and see what happens between Munster and Ulster in the match to follow. Papier away, Willie de Roux sends one over the top for Sebastian de Klerk. This guy's lightning quick. De Klerk gets around the outside.
He is lightning quick, isn't he? A little dynamic player on that left wing, like for like with Kirtley Oren, so you might say. Got a little bit of space there and really exploded into it. And Philly LaRue once again reading the game perfectly, seeing where the space was, moving the ball quickly into that area. Sometimes we're critical for skipping the overlap away, but he throws the ball so accurately into the space. Got a runner running onto it at pace, and Sebastian de Klerk was almost away.
Okay, Morris, I'm coming to you. Let's see a tackle by number 15, Sharks. Please put it on our screen so we can confirm the facts.
Well, it's a TMO referral for some foul play now. Is that James Fenter who's been pointed out?
I think it may be fussy. Referee Morne Ferreira or TMO Marius Jonker.
It is fussy, but I'm not sure there's too much in it because the ball was gone. I'm not sure if he was trying to pull out or... I would think the question here is around his intention. I think he's almost half pulling out of that one. There's no doubt he's not got his arm up. There's no tackle to wrap the arm, but is he really trying to make the tackle, or has he realised the ball is gone? Penalty only. Probably the right call.
No wrap in that tackle, just a penalty only, just be careful. Yeah, just penalty, no wrap.
Of course, in the modern game, players always ready for the card to come out the pocket. Nothing for fussy that time.
Yeah, I think when the ref calls your number now, it's like 50-50 what's happening. It's either penalty and a yellow, or it's a yellow or a red. You know, it's either way. There's real concern for a moment.
No wrap in the tackle, 15 Sharks.
So the Bulls continue to chase that third and fourth try. The bonus point, all important for them.
Sharks on the line. On the line.
Of course, the win, absolutely vital as well, even if they don't get the bonus point.
Aka van der Merwe feeds Ruan Norkier. The Sharks come piling in, driving the Bulls back initially, and van der Merwe breaks from the back of that maul aggressively. Cameron Wright stepped up to the challenge. Carr. Papier looking to the left, and to the left he goes, sniping.
No hands.
A metre or so short of the line, the Bulls. They go again, and the try's been given. A crucial try.
Aka, one of the shortest men on the field, burrowing under the ruck by the look of things. What an important score. Well, he was the one change from last week. Started, well, not last week, 2 weeks ago. Started the last Bulls game, but he's somehow managed to pick and go through James Spencer and get the third try for the Bulls. Oh yeah, he's got that done. Great effort, real low body position, great strength, great power. Great decision as well to keep it tight and not pass it backwards.
On the line.
Cap Springbok. Johan Goosen hits it straight and true. Another 2 points on the board. And the Bulls lead by 12.
That is a super kick as well, sure.
Nothing clear.
Real hard yards to make. His pick and go body position, absolutely key. Even the pillars there, 2 of them couldn't keep the short diminutive figure out. But he is power, pound for pound, impossible to stop that close.
Norkia claims yet another kickoff from the Sharks. A bit flatter this time from Sia Masuku. Papier looking for try scorer Fundamarva. What a player to bring off the bench. Ambrose Papier sends one high, not quite as deep as he may like. Fussy running onto it. Can he control? He can, just about. Then the knock-on comes.
Boy, that's brave. In the traffic.
Not you.
Arms and legs and people just everywhere. He's gone up high in the sky and he's gathered and just trying to pop it backwards, I think, in the tackle, which is where it got knocked on. Look at this. Oh, just not able to gather in the busy intersection. Change for the Sharks as well. So Ethan Hooker's made way. Diego Apollos comes on. Not a good evening for this young fella. He is certainly a bright spark, a star of the future.
Right, guys, let's go.
Plays in the 12 and 13 for the Sharks. As for this man, Diego Apollos, just like Sebastian de Klerk, he's been plucked from the Mpumalanga Pumas.
When he's ready, we can get up.
A non-franchised South African rugby side that thrives in the Currie Cup these days. And there is the log as it stands. The Vodacom Bulls shooting to the top above Leinster.
Yeah, bear in mind as well, Munster still have to play a little bit later against Ulster at Munster. It's a game they are fancy to win. But Jake White will be very happy to have a home quarter and quite possibly a home semi. And if things go his way, even quite possibly a home final. Change for the Sharks. Young Bradley Davis comes on to replace Cameron Wright, who's had a really good afternoon. Oh, he's picked up a little bang by the look of things. Well played, Cameron Wright.
Crouch! Fine! Set!
Papier feeds the scrum. What a contest it has been up front all evening long. Hanekom breaking from the base.
Not on the ball.
Tremendous body position by Dylan Richardson. Couldn't keep his body up off the ground and affect the turnover. The kick over the top from the Bulls is there for Werner. Cork to Marshall. Brilliant hands from the former Blitzbok. It's come off one of his own players' boots, and Elrich Lowe's capitalizing. Tackled by his opposite number, Chituka, and Papier's looking to make a half get for himself again. Challenging the new changed scrum half, Bradley Davids, who steps up to the challenge.
They tackle and then after that it's not okay. No, after that.
When he stepped onto the field, he was looking quite wide-eyed, but he stepped up to the plate immediately.
Let's go, guys. Let's speed it up, please.
Well, it's probably the biggest game of his career, isn't it? Local derby. Take on
Good setup.
the mighty Bulls, who are quite possibly, well, right now as things stand, they are top of the log. They could quite possibly finish top of the log. And then you see Wilco Lowe coming to smash you, and you know you're in the big league. Territory here in the second half. Well, everything absolutely even. The only one difference is that the Bulls have got that one try, that courtesy of Aka Fundamarva.
Guys, it doesn't help if you guys shout during the process. They stick. Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
All changed front row for the Sharks. Started off with a full line of Springboks. Now they have one Springbok cap in that front row through into Tuko Mtuno. Referee Ferreira calls the scrum. The Sharks hold their ground, and it's away to Francois Venter. Gets it off to Masuku. Werner Kwak taking it to the defender. That's forward.
That's the option.
Well, Apalele Fassi knew there was space on the outside. Desperate to get it there. Just look at this. Just wanted to get it there before meeting the tackle, before being knifed in half. And chucked it forward. Pity. Now the Bulls defence again, quite happy to just shift and concede a little bit of space, push the outside runners towards the touchline. Not too concerned about losing 20 or 30 metres, just making sure that they don't give away a try scoring opportunity.
Good. Right guys, let's go. Let's go. You're on the mark. You're on the mark.
The Sharks fans have certainly come out to play in the final game of their Vodacom URC season. Disappointing season for the Sharks in URC play, finishing, or coming into this round rather, in 13th position with an outside chance of finishing in 12th. But their record will be unsatisfactory considering what they have at their disposal. They've won 4 of 17 matches in the Vodacom URC this season. They'll be looking to go one better next year, that's for sure.
Well, the one mission they did have was to play in the Investec Champions Cup next year. They've achieved that through the back door of the Challenge Cup, and that is massive for them. To be playing in the big league, competing again in the Vodacom URC is exactly where they wanted to be, and it's where they're going to finish.
And use it.
Papier feeds the scrum. Steady up front, and then the Sharks making some impact. It's cleared by Papier. Kanan Moody fires it away, and Diego Apollos almost got his fingertips on that. Well, a lot of niggles being picked up in the game today. Moody limping away from the situation now. We saw Wilco Lowe getting some treatment. Bongi Mbanambi was down holding a knee. Diego Apollos, just like Sebastian de Klerk, speed merchant. If he'd caught that.
I know it's both sides, but we need to try and keep it, speed it up a little bit.
The celebration from the Challenge Cup continues.
Same as what I told them, we need to try and speed it up a bit. I know it's cramped, but we need to try.
And plenty for the Bulls fans to celebrate as well. What a crowd for a team exiting the Vodacom URC this evening. Their final home match. The fans have come out to enjoy it.
A little bit of a carnival atmosphere here in Durban, isn't it? 20,000 fans crowded into the stadium. A number of them Bulls fans, but the bulk of them, I would guess, have come to support and show their appreciation for the Sharks' victory last week. They would have been hoping for a local derby victory over one of the arch rivals. It's not going to be that by the look of things.
One try shy of that bonus point, which would give them the best possible chance of finishing top of the log. Kanan Moody on the outside, cutting back in field. The Bulls with ball in hand in between their opposition's 10-metre and the 22. Approaching the final 15 minutes of the match. They've been looking better and better as the match has gone on. Matanzima will not stop giving his full effort on the run. The Sharks have had him marshalled up till now. Tremendous defensive line pressure from the home team. Sees the ball go bouncing, but the Bulls secured it all the same. And Matanzima's knocked it on again. Here comes Chituka. What an offload. And there's a chance on the outside. And Mtunu's quick. The pass is no good. Kwak Tidies up the scrappy ball and gets rid of Akafana Merva in his farewell match, Vandercock. Bradley Davids to clear. The Sharks on the front foot. The crowd rising to meet them as well. Fussy has to tidy up. The chip over the top. It's unorthodox, but it is absolute class. Sharks still in possession. Do they have a plan? Chituka occupies some defenders. The Sharks there to clear. Bradley Davids goes from right to left. And offside against the Bulls. So the Sharks have a free play. Davids gets it away to Masuku. Fezambata takes it to the line. Tremendous stuff on the outside from James Fenter. He's knocked it on.
8 and 17 offside. With me?
The way this crowd feels, you would swear it's the Sharks going for the playoffs.
They are, aren't they? They're just trying to pick their team up and carry them home and just end this Vodacom URC season in grand fashion. And that helps when you've got a player like Fussy, who's so creative and chipping it over the top, regathering, getting them going forward again. There's the offside. A little pickup from Francois Fenter behind him, one-handed. All inspiring for the crowd, all uplifting. Bulls making another change. Wilco Lowe is going to make way. Francois Klopper will come on. Fresh legs needed. Cramp. Had a little chuck in at Caden Moody as well. Limped back into place, and the first thing that happened, the ball came his way and he carried it up into contact again. Well, Chloe, he's had a good evening as well.
Francois Klopper on for cap number 20 in the Vodacom URC, replacing Wilco Lowe. Behemoth of a man, Wilco Lowe. Fezambata. The Sharks looking to get themselves back in the game. Claim that one at line-out time under pressure. Lapis Labuskachny, the receiver, climbing in over the top is Ruan Vermaak. A penalty advantage to the Sharks. Davids to get it free. The captain, Francois Fenter, he's been working hard from the first whistle. Davids occupies one, and the offload to Richardson in the half gap. Davids. Flat ball from Buthelezi to Chituka, driven back in the tackle by Klopper. Slow ball for Davids. Labuskachny available, no numbers really to the left. Keita hanging out on the wing. The Sharks change direction. Masuku to Fussy. Fussy on the loop, but well behind the game line. Davids. Fezambata. Kwezimana rather. Davids away to Masuku now. Diego Apollos with the dummy, breaks free of the tackle of Canan Moody. Wrapped up eventually. Davids, options right and left. Masuku is the one. Francois Fenter's offload to Keita. Keita makes as many meters as possible. Carr tries for the turnover. Sharks on the front foot through Chituka. Another penalty advantage for the Sharks, who are putting on all the pressure now. Richardson! Dylan Richardson!
Well, do you think the home crowd are happy? They are on their feet celebrating, and this game is alive again. This is real guts and glory from the Sharks here. Tenacious, hard running, winning battles they might well not be winning in other days. And Dylan Richardson, a huge amount of work to do. Gets away from 1, 2, 3 defenders, and over he goes. The crowd are on their feet. The Sharks are back in the game.
Sia Masuku has the chance to make it a 5-point game. That relaxed style of Sia Masuku sees it through. The Sharks have 14 points to the Bulls 19.
again. Yeah.
Oh, and there's a whole lot of Bulls fans who are on the edge of their seats right now. Danger lurks, danger looms.
The match put back into the balance following that converted try. The restart comes from the Bulls. Fussy takes it in. And we're heading for the final 10 minutes of the match, which could go either way. The unpredictability of this competition has risen season by season. And it's exactly what the fans want to see. A contestable kick hung up for Valiru to claim. Venekok putting the pressure. Papier gets it away to Elrachlo. Goosen running onto the ball. Another knock-on from the Bulls. The handling errors in the second half piling up. Francois Fenter puts the boots a ball. The grubber downfield. Forster claims it and finds touch safely.
Boy, that's a good pickup from Harold Forster and a really good kick on the turn. With a bit of cramp by the look of things. But the knock on the error is costing the Bulls right here in the last 15 minutes. Point difference, the crux of the whole matter here is that try means the Bulls are now lying in second. They need that fourth try, they need the bonus point. It'll push them up on the bonus point side, on the point side, but also on the points difference side. It makes it immaterial. If the Sharks score though, it changes dramatically for Jake White's troops.
Incredibly close at the top of the Vodacom URC log. Not just the race to the 8, but the race to the top of the log as well. Dylan Richardson, full of confidence now, powering forward. Davids gets it away. Here's a Polis. Masuku finds Keita. He's been so effective every time he's touched the ball. Davids to Chituka. Great pass from Chituka. Finds Fussy on the move. On the opposition's 10-meter line are the Sharks. Davids has really provided some go-forward impetus from that scrum-off position. Francois Fenter floats one over the top for Apollos. Brought down in the tackle of Aka van der Merwe. Davids gets it away to Buthelezi. First man in, the turnover's good, and Francois Klopper breaks away. Venekok is there on the cover, and the Bulls have the chance to hit them on the counter. More tremendous defense from the home team. Sees yet another handling error in the second half from the visitors. And now they have numbers on the outside. Masuku floats it over the top from Nkunu with the pace. Can't get the offload away effectively to Fenter, who was available, and Fussy is there to make it good. Norkia makes the tackle. They appear to be losing energy here towards the close of the match while the Sharks rise.
No, you play it into him.
Davids somehow, someway gets that one free and right into the breadbasket of Masuku. The offload under pressure, tremendous yet again. Fussy cuts back inside. Davids gets it away. Here's Dylan Richardson, chopped down behind the game line. The Sharks in position though. They're where they want to be to strike again. Fussy with the offload to Fezem, but some flat passes. Norkia complaining. Play on is the call. Davids to Buthelezi. Buthelezi gets past the first tackle. Buthelezi still powering forward. Dylan Richardson holds on to that pass under tremendously trying circumstances. Masuku takes it to the line. Carr can't keep his feet, can't contest, and Davids sends one to Fenter. So keen to leave their fans on a high are the Sharks. Bearing down on the Bulls line now with 5 points between the sides. Labuskachny the latest to give it a go. Fenter hunted behind the gain line by Moody. Masuku offloads to Chituka. Impactful on the run. Chituka carries into Elrachlo.
Oh, what a passage of play. Just sealing the ball, sealing the breakdown, much to the consternation of the Sharks fans. Oh, Bulls defense creaking but standing firm. Vincent Chituka, powerful. Came around the corner there like a steam train. Elric Lowe, hands on the ball. Apalele Fussy, shoulder to shoulder, body on the line, and then Fezembata just sealing it off. Oh. Great defensive set, great patience and great strength in the build-up. Local derby at its absolute best.
What a fixture here in KwaZulu-Natal that sees the Bulls still stuck there in second place. If they can improve their points difference, they'll climb above Leinster. If they score a try, they'll climb above Leinster on the basis of points. And then it's Munster to play against Ulster in the final match. Ulster having pulled off a tremendous victory just recently in the Vodacom URC, beating Leinster themselves. So they'll have something to say as well. But most importantly, good times at the stadium in the Vodacom URC, and that's what it's all about. The fans are loving this one.
Pretty good kick for touch there. Oh, sort of reaches that point of the game where you start looking at man of the match. There's so many players who put their hands up this evening. Such a tough call. It's been a battle, titanic battle of the forwards.
Van der Merwe feeds the line out. Roan Norkier takes it clean. They set the rolling maul, do the Bulls on the halfway line. An advantage to the Bulls, just what the doctor ordered. Papier tries to snipe once more. Elrechlo there to fill in at halfback. Klopper coming around the corner. Papier delays the offload brilliantly. Elrechlo breaking down the center of the field. Elrechlo laid low by Edwin Keita. Now it's Nizam Kar, the Sharks with some lazy runners. Papier sends it the opposite direction. The Bulls pulling themselves towards themselves, which they've needed to do for the entirety of the second half. So many handling errors taking their opportunities away.
Oh, and this is a big kick for the Bulls now. With just 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes after the kick. Oh, it's going to be quite far out though, isn't it? Probably a little too far. Would have sealed the victory.
Number 8.
Collapsing the call against Pepsi Buthelezi. Well, it's about clock management now, isn't it? The Bulls, they need that score, but the win is all important. So, Chris Smith makes his way on. Is that his 50th URC game today? I think it is for Chris Smith.
Aka van der Merwe feeds the line out. He finds Roan Vermaak, the rolling maul from the Bulls, yet again set. Can the Sharks resist here? The Bulls making steady progress. And Aka van der Merwe controlling things well at the back. It begins splintering now. Aka still holding on to the ball, protected by those Bulls players in front of him. It's the same rolling maul, and van der Merwe has done tremendously well to control his body.
Penalty advantage as well as Papier goes.
On fire! Coming from him, Tuna, what a tackle. Penalty advantage, oh boy.
Oh, that's got to hurt. That is one painful experience. Ambrose Papier came around the corner into the space. Tutuku Mchunu scythed him in half. Look at this. Oh! Beautiful tackle.
Tracking like a loose forward, which he used to be back in his school days.
Got the timing perfect, the arm swinging around, the shoulder in. Absolutely perfect technique from that fella.
Well, he's been sniping all day. He might think twice about the next one.
He's been really good this evening, hasn't he? We spoke earlier about how he cemented himself into this Bulls side. You can understand why.
Van der Merwe feeds the line out. Norkier takes it clean at the 2-ball. The Bulls set that rolling maul, which had so much success the last time of asking. Aka van der Merwe looking over the top to see what's the path to success.
is just massive for the Bulls. The bonus point try, top of the log they go. Munster can surpass them, but for now, it is smiles and happy days for the men in blue. Aka van der Merwe rounds off another good maul. Sharks defense melting finally. They've been under the cosh. They've absorbed a lot of pressure, and finally it's told.
Came into the round second in try scoring behind Johnny Matthews, who started the round with 12. Johnny Matthews of Glasgow. What a tremendous season it has been for Aka van der Merwe.
Yeah, and you might understand why we're so excited about it for the Bulls. It is home semi-final if they get through the quarterfinal. Home quarter, home semi, and depending on the Munster-Ulster result later, quite possibly a home final. How big would that be?
Chris Smith, the most accurate kicker in the Vodacom URC. And he's done it again. Challenging kick for Chris Smith. Slides it home, no problem. 12 points between the teams with less than 2 minutes to play. Aka van der Merwe powering around the corner for a consequential try for the side from Pretoria. The kick goes short.
Nothing.
And the Hollywoodbets Sharks may have shot their last shot in Vodacom URC Season 3.
Scrum option. Not 10.
So Masuku looking to mix it up, hung it short, just didn't cross the 10-meter line, and Labuskachny could not resist.
Let's go. Thank you.
There is the race to 8. Vodacom Bulls claiming top spot, never mind spot number 8. And they will remain top until the conclusion of the match between Munster and Ulster coming up next. It's a big one. Munster must win to go top of the log. But then the Bulls can be sure of at least second.
Crouch! Fine! Guys, no, both are interlocking. Let's keep that gap, please. Yeah, that's why I reset. Both are inside, whichever one. Let's go.
Elrachlo, the finest player on the field today.
Clear gap,
Hard to pick between them. There have been a lot of good performances out there. What a match it's turned out to be as the hooter sounds in the background. Keegan Johannes preparing to feed the scrum. He says he's been training to become a 9/10. Wants to build up some fly-off skills. Says he's been watching Ruan Pienaar.
Fine! Set!
Penalty to the home side.
Overextending.
Masuku will look to drill this into touch. Give the Sharks one last chance to score in front of their home fans before wrapping up the Vodacom URC season.
Ja, duidelijk. Ja, kijk your feet. Clearly overextending.
Fezambata, young and old, taking this one in. Fezambata to feed the line out. She took it number 2 ball. He's lost control and it's drilled into touch by Keegan Johannes. And that's a wrap for the league stage of the Vodacom URC for the Vodacom Bulls and the Hollywoodbets Sharks. Jake White can celebrate. Job done here. Sneaking over the line for that bonus point late in the game. Thanks to Aka van der Merwe. Francois Klopper came on and made a tremendous impact. This Bulls side was cooking towards the end of the first half, but there have been long periods through this match that the Sharks were the side in control. Vennecock bids farewell to his home turf as he'll be heading to Ulster next season with a tinge of disappointment. What a match he had, though, in his final outing. What a year for David Creel, who'll be